Hello and welcome back to another Foxy No Tail live stream here on Twitch. We're on Truly Bedrock Season 4 again. We were live yesterday and now we're live again today. What's going on? This is crazy. This is far too much Foxy No Tail. Hands up in the chat if you're sick of seeing my ugly face. Don't put your hand up. That should be mean. That's just bullying. But you told us to. Wow. Wow. BRWP. Wow. Jeez. Hello everybody. How's everybody doing? Today is going to be a day of content. I've literally just released this week's podcast. It's a little bit late, but we managed to do it. We've obviously got a surprise live stream, and then in a couple of hours, my next video is coming out as well. There's so much stuff going on, but let's not get bogged down with all of this extra content. Let's just get cracking on some good old-fashioned Minecraft and start digging some big holes, and then placing many slabs, and still using GZ furnaces because we still haven't updated the Truly Bedrock server yet. This is good news. Thank you for the sheep scream there, Roth. And thank you for the hello there, Nubhubs. How's everybody's Saturday going so far? What's going on? What's new? What's interesting on a Saturday near you? We had a bit of a storm last night. Fortunately for where I live, it wasn't all that bad. I mean, I got a plastic bin that had all of the kids' footballs in the garden that fell over and the footballs all fell out. It was a disaster. But other than that, we're pretty much unscathed. Whether there's other people around the country's roofs have been flying off. I saw videos of trampolines flying in the sky above houses with wheelie bins like spinning round in tornadoes. It's crazy what other people had. But for me, my goodness me, it was I don't know, I'm going to cope with it and get over the fact that my footballs are now loose around the garden. It's just terrible. It's terrible. How am I going to cope? I don't think I can. I think I'm going to need some serious counselling for this. Rolf says, got to go and make lunch. She just got here, Rolf. Nubs Hunts is still at work for 30 minutes. Pranzu keeps calling Roth rot for some reason. 2 days in a row of streams. How lucky are we, says Khaleesi. I know, right? You're so lucky. You're so lucky. But then you're going to have another week without any. So, you know, it's technically one less than you would be normally getting. So I'm not going to let you know that, though. I'm just going to tell you how lucky you are for having extra streams. You're welcome. That's how I roll. Focus on the positive, not on the negative. You're not losing out on a stream a week. You're gaining 2 more. At least you didn't get hit like the O2. So said, yeah, the O2 arena, big gash missing out of its roof. Jeez. How good you, says Good Blue. I know. It's really frustrating. I do enjoy streaming, and I do like to try and at least be consistent, which I'm finding very difficult to do at the moment. But we'll get there. We'll get there. After this week, we've only got like another 58 school holidays before, you know, summer to deal with. Then we got the summer holiday. Jeez. It never ends. It never ends. Right, I need to give Jesse a whole bunch of those back at some point today. I don't think we're going to need any more sponges. I'm pretty sure we managed to completely de-spongify the area. So, what I need to do now, if you were here in yesterday's stream, by the way, what we did is we put glass over there and got rid of all the water. What I want to do today is dig it down a few more blocks, slab it out so we don't get things spawning in here because it's a bit of a slime fest. And that's probably about it, to be honest with you. And that's probably not going to take us all of 2 hours. But I don't really want to get cracking on the other things I want to do because it's kind of a bit spoilers. So if we get done with that, what we might do is just go on to doing something else. Oh, and it is probably going to take us a long time because I no longer have beacon power because of... Oh, I was getting conduit power before. Oh, this is... Oh, jeez. So we're going to have to just do cheaty running. Cheaty running. Great. Oh, well, this is going to be an exciting stream, isn't it? Slowest mining in the world for no reason. It's cool, says Khaleesi. Spoilers, says BRBW on. Yeah, but it's spoilers for such a long time away, because like today's video that comes out, I still don't actually start working on my guardian farm. There's 3 more videos, one of them I haven't even put up to YouTube yet, that are all about working on the guardian farm. That's going to take you like well into next week and beyond, because I only release 2 videos a week. So we're like 2 weeks ahead in terms of videos, so I don't want to give too much information away at this stage of what we're at, because otherwise you're just gonna be like, oh, I saw that like a month ago in Foxy's stream. So obviously you can see what's going on, but I'm not telling you why we're doing this in the streams. We're just doing it. Emerald Hunter, first time chatter, says hello. Well, hello there. How you doing? Nice of you to join in the stream for the first time chatting. What's going on, Lake Man? Let's put a few torches around. Don't want to get got by all of the got thingies that get you. Well, I've forgotten. I would have all forgotten it by then, says Khaleesi. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe your face will be full of slimes like mine. Hello, slime faces. Can you please, like, just go away and never come back? That'd appreciate it, mate. Hello there, Pug Dog. Why are you from Newcastle suddenly, says Khaleesi. I don't know, why not? I'll be from wherever I want. Okay? You don't control the origins of my vocal strategy. That doesn't make sense. You don't make sense. Shut up! Go away! Clear off! Ah, it's going to be one of those streams, isn't it? It's going to be one of those streams just annoyed by slimes for 2 hours. Nice save, says Khaleesi. My face is always full of slime. This game has so many slime chunks. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's absolutely unbelievable. It is ridiculous how many slime chunks there are. My face is full of slime too, says Roth. I have a terrible cold. Ew. Thanks, Roth. Appreciate you sharing that with us. It's not gross at all, mate. I'm imagining you've got them like 2 big thick snot candles coming down your top lip. Ooh. It's a very slimy situation, says Pranzu. It is indeed very slimy. It's the slimiest of slimy situations. Maybe install a golem or 2, says Lawful Meteor. That's not a bad idea. We do have iron to burn through. Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. See, somebody here with the brain. Why didn't the rest of you all tell me about golems? Why have I got to rely on just one person? My goodness me. They're all so lazy. A golem or 2 shall be installed. I don't think I got any pumpkins, so we might not be installing any golems, but I'll try. I will try. Try to get pumpkins, man. They're all out of pumpkins at the pumpkin shop. Dear chest of many items, do you contain any pumpkins? You do! Excellent. Let's have 3. Three's the right number, okay? Just is. I don't have to give you reasons, it just is, alright? Jeez. Stop questioning me. Gotta take the ores out of here. They'll be good for when my cheaty furnace goes away and I need to feed my new furnaces many items. Oh, I don't have room for all this junk. Jeez. Just so much junk everywhere. It's unbelievable. Why have you got all that junk? I don't know. We're going to need 12 of these. Plus a couple of those to make a pair of those. So we can do the old chop, chop, chop. Snip, snip, snip with those. Just like that. Oh, beautiful. Amazing. What a waste of iron. Indeed. I don't want those. Saurob slapped a shrug sticker for 50 bits. Thank you for slapping your shrug sticker. I'm too dumb and didn't think of that, lol, says Pugdog. Yeah, me too. Timmy C, subscribe for 13 months on a 10-month streak. That's amazing. Well done, Timmy C. This is good news. Ah, I didn't want to... Oh, dear. I hope that doesn't cause a problem turning these into golems. Ow. Stop. I got a feeling this isn't going to work because of the ceiling anyway. Oh, no, it worked. Hurrah. He's just slightly brighter than the normal golems. This one been to school. He's a bit of a bright chap. He's always having good ideas. A light bulb above his head. Excellent. This is very good. Mini, saving my life. Excellent. Free slime for the win. Don't fall down the holes into the water, golems, okay? Because that'll do my nut in having to rescue you every 5 minutes. In fact, I won't rescue you. I'll just be annoyed that my golems have... You're already trying! Stop! I just wanted to go for a swim, mate. You can't go for a swim. But I like it in the water. You're made of iron, you'll rust. Flying slimes now, says Khaleesi. Yeah, I'd rather have flying ones than ones that are in my face, to be fair. Got myself a flying, crying, screaming, squishing slime ball. That's Cliff Richard, that was. You're welcome. I'm an expert level 99 singer. I've done it before. More torches, please. You could tie them to fence posts. I could, but then they wouldn't be able to reach the slimes. Potentially. Unless I put them like right where the slime chunk is, but I've no idea where that is. I don't know. I have no idea where... You! Venomous beasts of the underworld! Get out of my face! With your... Oh, they really glow! No, they don't. They just don't accept shadows. More parodies from Foxy, says Khaleesi. I'll do my best. To be honest with you, Cliff Richard probably wasn't my best work, but I'm working on it. Very good singing, Foxy, says Bugdog. Thanks. I try really hard, mate. Oh, this is going to take forever. I'm so tempted to just go and install a beacon. But I don't really want a beacon over here at the Guardian Farm. There's no need to have one. And if I put one in, I know I can take it away again. But then I got to dig a hole to put beacon in. If only there was a way of getting conduit power under the water without being in the water. That would be good. That seems too simple, doesn't it, Slack?
Do it.
Oh, gee, Slack. Why you change? Why you change? Don't worry, guys. We got this. We've got 2 hours to kill. It's all good. But you could do so much more with the 2 hours. I know. This is why it's frustrating me. Hands up in the chat if you think we should go and get a beacon. Why does Twitch censor the word Foxy, says Pranzu? Because it's because Twitch is from the 90s and they think that's a word that's, you know, not appropriate these days. Because it's dumb. Basically, Jeff Bezos isn't with the times, which is why we need to steal all of his money and use his Amazon Prime subscriptions against him. By giving them to me and other, you know, streamers. Just saying. I nearly titled this live stream, "Let's Get All of Jeff Bezos' Money." But I didn't want to come across as money grabbing. Fill air. Yeah, I could use a fill command, but that would be cheating. And I don't have any, don't have cheats enabled on this server. Thanks though, Pugdog. Yes, go get the beacon, says Khaleesi. But then I'll be done in 5 minutes and we'll run out of jobs to do. I suppose we could decorate it then after that, couldn't we? All right, fine. You've talked me into it. I'll go get a blooming beacon, mate. Oh, I've got a squid head. It's a glow squid head. It's still a squid. Just venomous ones from the underworld. They're not venomous. They are. They don't know how to use it. They're full of venom, but they have no way of distributing it. Radioactive venom. That's what they are. Little balls of radioactive venom floating around in the sea, being all radioactive and venomous. I don't think they are. They definitely are. 100%. I've seen it. Seen it with my own eyes. Right. Okay. Let's have a quick sleep. Don't know if it's just me, but hunger seems to be going down so flipping fast for me, says Bugdog. They changed it. They've upgraded how quickly you lose hunger now by making it more. Now, they've done a lot of tweaks to make it more in line with Java Edition, the hunger stuff. So I think in certain circumstances it does go down quicker, but in other circumstances it like you lose it slower. Before, you didn't lose any hunger by sprinting or swimming, and now you do, which is probably why you're losing it. But you don't use as much doing jump sprinting like this. Used to use a lot more than it did. Although we're still on 1.18.2, so yeah, we ain't got any of your problems, mate. Where's the Where's me hole? I've jumped down the wrong side, haven't I? I jumped down the wrong blooming side. You're only supposed to blow the blooming doors off. I can't believe it. You've gone down the wrong side. Mr. Wayne? It's Master Wayne, Alfred. Oh, sorry, Master Wayne. Didn't mean to call you the wrong name. Right. I need to get... Oh, my goodness me. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just have an underwater beacon. That'd be fine, wouldn't it? You make me giggle. You're so silly, says Khaleesi. I can't help it. All right? I'm just weird. Oh, actually, we need to make sure that the beacon beam's not going to bang into anything on its way up. Which it's going to do there. So, oh my goodness, I've got a mob farm up there that's made of solid blocks. I can't put a beacon over here. I'm going to have to put it over here, which means it ain't going to reach over there. Oh, jeez. You jumped down the wrong blooming side. Blimmin' hell, says Plug Dog. Indeed. Silly's good, though, says Khaleesi. Oh, well, I'm glad. I am glad. Where are we going to build beacon? How far? I mean, we could build it on top of this thing, but I don't think the beacon range would be as good then, will it? We can go almost up to this pillar. Lofty says, hey, chat. Hey, Lofty, how you doing? What's going on? What's going down in Lofty Town? This one. I'm going to go down here. This is going to be the beacon hole of destiny. It shall contain my beacon. And the world will be a happier place for it. Now, have we got a big area down here that we can just conveniently dig out and put the beacon in without too much effort? We have. This is good news. And using my conduit powers, I don't even need beacon. I'm good, thanks. It's raining and cold in town, in Lofty Town, says Lofty. Oh, man. Yeah, it's pretty cold and raining here as well. How was the storm for you, Lofty? Was it bad where you were? Did anything go bad? We were very lucky where I am. Very lucky indeed. It wasn't all that bad at all. What are you digging that area out for, says Matthew O? Well, I'm currently digging this small area out here to put a beacon in. And then I'm going to be digging out the area upstairs a little bit more in order to... I can't tell you. It's a secret, okay? I'm doing it. You'll know. So it's not even exciting. It makes it sound exciting when I say it's a secret. It's not exciting. It's just I don't want to spoil it for the video coming up as to why I'm doing it, okay? But we are. It's important, but I don't need to do it. It's completely pointless. It doesn't make the farm any better. It doesn't help with efficiency or anything like that. But I decided it was a good idea, okay? Because you're a moron, Master Wayne. Exactly. So you just do things without thinking about them. That's right, Alfred. Just filling under the glass with water and use conduit. I just got rid of all of the glass in the last live stream. The storm was bad winds here. High, a few trees fallen apart. From that, nothing major. Oh, okay. So, yeah, few dodgy trees, but otherwise not too bad. That's good then. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish there was a way to toggle sprinting off when you're in water, because it absolutely drives me nuts going into swim mode when I'm underwater. And I don't want to. I'm not pressing run. I'm not holding down shift. I'm not doing any of the things that would tell the game I want to sprint. But the game's like, you're in water and you went from solid water to flowing water. Let's put you in swim mode. And then they miss the blocks that I'm trying to hit. Don't do it, game. It's not on. Nothing major in my area, though, luckily, says Matthew O. That's good, then. I'm messing around with the warden because we got a snapshot for it. Very pog. Yeah, me, Jesse, and Slack have got a lot to say on that in this week's podcast, which came out, well, pretty much at the same time as I started going live. So make sure if you're interested in, you know, what this could potentially mean, what's coming next, and our thoughts and opinions on the Warden and the Deep Dark and all that, then check out that. You can either watch it or listen to it using your favourite podcasts app, or if you... oh, really? Really? Or you can, basically. You can watch it on my second channel. Links are on the Discord and in my website and all that sort of stuff. Did you lose power from the storm, says Chewbacca? No. Then you can't go into swim mode when you want, says Chewbacca. No, you should only go into swim mode when you tell the game you want to go into swim mode by pressing shift or basically activating run. I'm not doing that. I never do that when I'm working underwater because I hate going into swim mode, but it puts you into swim mode automatically when you transition from a solid water block to a flowing water block. And I just find that incredibly annoying because that's not okay. I don't want to be in swim mode. I'm just moving about underwater, and all of a sudden, without me telling the game that I want to, I'm now at a different position, and it makes you misplace blocks. And I don't think it's intended behavior. I think it's a bug. Why would that be the case? Because it doesn't make any sense. It's not intuitive and it's counterproductive. So, yeah, I would like that fixed, please. If you would, Master Wayne. I would also like it fixed. If they could fix that bug, then they could fix anything. Pressing shift, says Wizard Dwarf. I'm not pressing shift. Technically, I got R as my run key, but, you know, it's shift as default. Can I use Spotify, or am I dumb? You can use Spotify for the podcast, indeed, yes. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's on pretty much all of them. If you can't find it on your podcast thing, then you're doing something wrong, mate. I'm just saying. Should be like flying in creative, says Kimco. Should be just switched off, mate, because it's awful. Get rid of swim mode. It's the worst thing they ever added into Minecraft. I hate it. Right. Chappity chaps and chappity other chaps. We are now in super smash mode. We can do many smash without requiring to be underwater. This is good news. All our dreams have come true. What could possibly go wrong? Let's put some torches around the edges and then just demolish this place to pieces. And then decorate it. I've been baking cakes as it's too wet and cold to go out, says Lofty. Yeah. I haven't. I've been recording and editing podcasts and live streaming. Do you think the new enchantment will make a building easier since we can move faster while crouched, says Unformed Deluxe? Potentially. As it currently is, it's... Oh, why I got no... Does it not... Oh, don't tell me I built it with solid blocks above it. What? No, I did. I still built it underneath the mob farm. What an absolute what? No. This is unacceptable. Oh, jeez. Gonna have to move it. Yeah, in its current state, I don't think so because it's on boots, and I don't know anybody that would rather have Swift Sneak on their boots than something like... For me, Depth Strider's essential. Depth Strider's an essential enchantment on your boots. If you're not using Depth Strider, it just makes playing underwater in the game a whole lot harder. And they said when it came out in the experimental snapshots that you couldn't have Depth Strider and Swift Sneak on your boots. But King B-Dogs did say yesterday that popular opinion was to have it actually put on your leggings instead, to which he said okay. So I guess they're going to put it as a leggings enchantment instead, which I would assume, although I'm not sure because maybe they'll have to change how the game works, but if it's on a leggings enchantment, it can't really conflict with your boots. So then I would imagine you can have that as well as Depth Strider and Frostwalker and other stuff as well. In which case, I guess it could be useful, but I don't know. You don't normally need to go much faster when you're crouched, do you? There are a few times when I find it really useful to do that. For instance, if I'm mining, I'll often just crouch mine underground so that I don't fall into lava. But when you've got haste, you don't need to do that because, well, you go too fast anyway. So early game mining maybe, but early game, are you really going to have swift sneak? Is anyone going to have ventured down there and gone and faced the warden to get it? I don't know, is the answer. I hope they make the warden drop something personally because it's very bad. Very, very hard fight for nothing. Well, I think the idea is you're not supposed to fight it. I think the idea is you're supposed to run away from it. I honestly don't think it should drop anything, and I don't think it should be killable. I think it should be practically invulnerable just to make it so scary that the player does, you know, nothing but try to run away from it. Oh, come on. This has got to be okay. What are we on? Minus 824, minus 787. 824, 787. That's someone's phone number. No, it isn't. 824, 787. 824, 787. Oh, get a beacon. Why? It's stupid. It doesn't work. Right. 824, 787. Ha! The culprit. Ha ha! Beacon power available. Wow! There we go. Nice. Oh, I got 2 coffees, mate. I'm drinking the wrong one. Plodpod there says the other mob that is so scary it drops nothing is the villager. Yes, the evil villagers of many, many dooms. Yeah. No, I think that's because they're humanoid. I think that's like a moralistic, ethical decision that Mojang put into the game because they don't want people killing villagers for loot because that's akin to murdering people and stealing the stuff, I guess. But we do anyway because we go, you don't have what I want, off with your head, and we quite often just, yeah, do that.
Hello there.
I really like your answer. I love it that you care so much to give your thought to a single question. You're a great creator, says you unformed Exis. Well, thank you very much. I'm just so passionate about the game. Obviously, it's the game I play every day. I make content on it. I live stream on it. I make a podcast on it. I make videos on it. I make content for the marketplace on it. I make add-ons for it. So it's like 100% ingrained in every aspect of my life. So I'm going to have, even if I haven't tried to form an opinion on a new aspect of the game or an old aspect of the game, I'm going to do that anyway because it's just naturally, well, just naturally I will, I guess. So I think in order to make this process slightly easier for us, I might go and see if I can craft a bunch of sea lanterns in order to put sea lanterns on the ground so they don't break when I dig underneath them. I think that might be a good idea because it's all right going, hey, we've got iron golems for the slimes now, but my iron golems are all going to end up dead because of the zombies. Didn't really think this through. Reinforced stapler is currently pushable in the snapshot and can withhold the wither. This will likely change with the final release, though, says Unship Mod. It absolutely is, but it is. Again, King B Dogs has come out and already said that's not intentional. It's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be pushable by pistons. So, yeah, that it's not going. They did say they are, considering ways to give players the ability to trap withers in order to make wither farms, but he said this is not the occasion. That's not intentional, and it will be going. So yeah, don't get ideas that you're going to have vanilla confirmed or vanilla able wither cages in survival. Don't know if I've got enough drops in this system to make a decent number of sea lanterns, but we'll give it a go. I also don't know if there's a crafting table down here either. We shall find out. If there is a crafting table, this is good news. I got a reasonable number of things, so let's see. Never say never. Never. No, I said don't say it. You've always just got to say it, haven't you? Never. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. I was just thinking of maybe using the warden to kill withers, says Bouncy Zim. Yeah, might be a thing. I think, although it's got a lot of health, I think the wither's more likely to come out on top in that battle personally, though, because the wither can just smash through things and make a big mess, and the warden's not very agile. It's not very good at climbing up things and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure who would win in that one. I'm sure somebody's probably already done a video on it online, and I'm sure you all know the answers and I just haven't seen it. The wither has range fighting too, says Timmy. So yeah, exactly, yeah. Come on. No. I need stairs. It's on the to-do list, okay? Stairs. Saw someone test that out. The warden couldn't damage it, says Blue Khaleesi. Well, there you go. I too love a creator that likes to talk about things and has opinions and isn't scared to say it, because people should be allowed to say their opinion without getting yelled at. I think that's a big problem for a lot of creators. Obviously, they want to get noticed by the developers. They want the developers to like them. They want to potentially have a panel at the next Minecon Live. And I think, you know, a lot of those things mean that they will say all of the right things to the developers so that they don't get, you know, on the wrong side of them, even though they maybe have opinions that don't match with what they're actually saying out loud. I don't consider those things. I think, well, you know, I think everybody is entitled to have an opinion on everything, and your opinion is your opinion, and it's valid because it's your opinion. It doesn't have to match what the developers say or what the developers do. If the developers don't like your opinion and they've heard it, they can either give it some credit and go, well, you know, that's reasonable because of this, or they can disagree with it or based on their own opinion, which is fine. If one person is getting upset with someone else because of their opinion, then that's not a good thing. Then both of those people or that person needs to seriously consider that you don't have to share opinions. You don't have to have the same opinion as someone else. You can have a completely unique opinion and it be just as valid. And falling out with somebody or getting cross at somebody for having an opinion is not a good thing. Now, if you've got an opinion, a negative opinion on something, and you don't express it in a way that is, you know, reasonable, like I've often given a negative opinion on Mojang or Minecraft or the way things are done or updates, but I always clarify why I've got that. I don't just say, oh, I hate it, and then leave it at that. I say, well, I don't like it because of this, 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 and this, and give my reasons. And then I'll often go into, I think it would be better due to this, 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 and this. And as somebody at the other end of that they can go, okay, right, I understand why he's got that opinion. And yeah, I actually think that opinion's valid because of this, that, and the other. We're not going to change it because that's the way the game is, so that person's just not going to have to like it. Or they can go, huh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should address that. And that's called having, you know, giving constructive criticism, which you can still do in a moaning in a moaning way without coming across as just not a very nice person. But I think what a lot of people do with their opinions is they try and push their opinions onto other people because they think their opinion is the only way to consider something, and they do it in a very negative way. They don't explain it, they don't say why, and quite often it will be a very sort of an opinion not based on a great deal, just on a very, very limited experience. I would like to think that my opinions on Minecraft are probably quite valid a lot of the time because I've put so much time and effort into the game and the things surrounding it, the communities around it, the add-ons, the marketplace, the content creation side of things. So, you know, I think I can appreciate it from a lot of different standpoints. Whereas a lot of people maybe have only played the game a few hours, or maybe they've not had a great deal and they've got really strong opinions on something, and perhaps their opinions are not quite as valid. They're still a valid to them because that's their experience, and they shouldn't be, you know, hated for having those opinions or punished for having those opinions. But, you know, there's time and a place to consider opinions and not. I remember back in the good old days, when Stampy Longnose, I know he's still on the go, but when Stampy Longnose, Dan TDM, I Ballistic Squid, and all of that lot was sort of just getting going on the YouTube platform and playing Minecraft, the Minecraft, particularly 4J Studios, who are developing the console version of the game, were very, very interested in what those guys had to say and what their opinions were. And a lot of the game at that point, particularly on console edition, was shaped based on their opinions. If they were too afraid to share their opinions or their negative opinions of the game, the changes wouldn't have been made and the game wouldn't have been shaped into the, you know, in a positive way, the way it is. So, yeah. Anyway. That's enough of that. It's still technically in testing stages. It's all down to possible changes. Yeah, absolutely. It's in experimental. It's not even in snapshots yet. It's like in alpha. So in terms of software development, you go from alpha, which is where things are. It's basically an idea. It's a working concept. Then once that, ooh, I think we've found a copper vein. Once that concept has been given the okay, yeah, okay, this is a decent idea, let's roll with it, then it goes into beta production. And the betas are normally full of bugs and expected to break, and that's where you basically get rid of all the bugs and the bug fixes and shape it into what the final thing will be, and then it comes out as stable release. And you can basically say, well, this is the alpha stage. This is a working concept that is, you know, absolutely there to be changed and altered in order to make it the best it can be. Hi Foxy, big fan. New streaming time or just today? Just today because I was away this week, so I didn't get to stream at my normal times, and I'm going to be away next week as well, so I won't be able to stream at my normal time. So I did stream yesterday. I'm doing another one today just to make, you know, just to make sure we got plenty of live streams, really. And to catch up with you guys and share my thoughts and opinions on things. Oh, iron golems and creepers. No. Oh, whose stupid idea was it to put iron golems down here? Jeez. And how did a creeper get over there? Probably from the dark spots in the area. Jeez. Great. I've got water in me hole, mate. Because there's some... Oh, put iron golems in there. That's a good idea. I knew they'd all end up falling down the hole and being completely useless. Creeper, nothing to do with me, says Lofty. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Well said. It also still watched Stampy and Dan TDM, I Ballistic Squid the lot, really. I was really happy the other day when Stampy Longnose put out a... I say it the other day, it was about a month ago, put out a challenge video with him and I Ballistic Squid. They are the videos I used to enjoy the most back in the day. When they would basically be like, hey, here's a little starter house. We've got some food. We've got some tools. Now the challenge is who can do this the first and get back. And I was all over it. I thought this is brilliant. And it took me back. And they're not. You know, in terms of Stampy's content, it's good content, but it's very aged now. He doesn't really cut his videos very much. It's all just talk, and not a great deal actually going on. But it's got a charm to it. It's got a real nice charm to it, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I would 100% recommend checking those out if you haven't seen them before. Although, if you check them out and you hadn't seen Stampy Longnose videos before, you'd probably be like, what's all this about? This doesn't make any sense. Because it is really old content now. And I mean old in the sense that it's like... It's an old way of doing things. Things have moved on YouTube. Carol says, Foxy, how did you find your first night out since lockdown last night? Oh, it's tonight. It's tonight. I haven't been yet. My first night out since lockdown is tonight. I'm still apprehensive. I'm still very nervous. Still not 100% sure I want to go. But I will. And I'll panic. What makes me more nervous is it's a standing only venue, so it means you're always going to get people like bushing, like trying to get up close and get into a good spot near you. So I think I'm just going to probably try and find a space somewhere near the back and out of the way, and hopefully not bump into anybody. I'll wear 78 masks, it'd be fine. What could go wrong? I need more sponges. Chainer605 says... Oh, walked past the deeper about 4 times laying down the lanterns when it blew up. You did what? Yes, he has been doing a lot of them lately. I've been liking and enjoying them a lot. Yeah, I have seen that he's done more. I haven't watched the new ones yet. I haven't had a chance. Hussein says, I never got to watch you live because of the time zones. Always watch your streams on YouTube, though. Always enjoy your content. Well, thank you very much. Well, there you go. Now you get to watch them. I am considering changing about my stream times because as much as it's convenient or more convenient doing them later in the day because I like to record videos during the day and get them done in a chunk. I think there is mileage in actually doing streams earlier. I think it makes a lot of sense to stream earlier in the day for a lot of people. So I don't know whether I do it with my Tuesday ones or my Thursday ones, but switch them from 7 p.m. at night to maybe earlier in the day, a little bit like for my YouTube ones, possibly. I haven't confirmed that yet. That's not me saying that's definitely going ahead, but I've been thinking about it. Go away, nasty water. Who do you think you are, being all wet and watery? But that's what I... No, shut up. You're not welcome here. What, I still miss one? Jeez. Get 'em, golems. Useless golems that have fallen down holes. You show 'em who's boss. Bathroom stalls are usually not that crowded, says Chewbacca. I don't know, they can pack them in pretty tight in some places. Foxy the Wallflower says, love me. That's me. Oh, it's so annoying. Go away. Shoe water be gone. Stop spreading. I put down so many of these blooming sponges. Driving me crazy. There we go. That should do. I don't think we need to go down any lower than that with these sponges, with the water anyway, so that should be fine. Carl says, I hope it goes okay and you manage to enjoy yourself anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be. I think you should stream 24/7 is just an idea, says Leon Libra. Yeah, I don't think I could, keep that up for 20... I mean, I struggle with more than 2 hours, to be honest with you. And then, you know, I do need to sleep at some point, eat, you know, spend time with loved ones, family, take the dog for a walk, make content in order to earn a living. There's a million reasons why that's probably the most stupid idea I've ever heard. I'm assuming it was a joke, but I'm still going to call you out for it being a stupid idea. So there you go. You're welcome. Unship Mod says, stream... That was sarcasm, by the way. I know you're joking. So was I. Streaming at this time was a great surprise for me. I've been missing many streams because living in UK time from Oz isn't the best idea. No, it's not. Lofty says, Foxy, you off to a concert? Yeah, I guess it's a concert. It is to see a band play, but it's not really a concert. It's more of, I guess, a gig, but it's a band that was around in the 90s, a band called Space. I don't know if anyone remembers them. They made a song called Neighborhood, and me and my mate, we used to really like them. So he said, hey, they're playing at this place that's local to us. Do you want to go and see them? And I was like, no, I don't. And he's like, well, we're going. Okay, then, fair enough. Let's do this. Of course I do want to go see them. I just don't want to go to a place where there's crowds. What breed of dog do you have? Says Chewbacca. It's a Labrador crossed with a Golden Retriever. So it's basically a Labrador. Looks like a Labrador, smells like a Labrador, sounds like a Labrador, but there's a little bit of Retriever in her as well. Although she is technically half and half, but she's definitely more Labrador than she is Retriever. She's got a lot of her dad in her. Not heard of them, says Lofty. I was singing Space at karaoke last night, says Carol. Really? Which song was you singing? Was you singing Neighborhood? I heard there was this level 99 expert Minecraft YouTube legend streaming, and I thought I would check you out, lols, as word in the out. That's me. And that's Mr. Expert level 99 to you, my friend. I'm just saying. Let's get the titleage correct here. Iron Golems, you're not doing your job, mate. There's 4 million slimes over here. I'm just gonna put that out there. If you want to come over here and help out, it would be greatly appreciated. I mean, I've probably never seen this many... Oh, here we go. One of them's listening. This many slimes in the world. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Get him, Golem. Now, I think I'm going to need to fix my pickaxe again in a minute as well. Jeez. The Ballad of Tom Jones. That was with Keris. That was they did like a collaboration with Keris. Is it Keris? Is that how you say it? Welsh singing lady. That was good, that one. That was on. I had a CD back in the day. When I was at university, I had a CD. I think it was like the greatest anthems in the world, or one of those greatest somethings in the world. And I really liked the CD, and that was the first song on it. And at that point, I used to actually have the CD as my alarm clock. So, because the beginning of that song goes dun 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 dun, that really big heavy like note that comes in, and I hated it because it was the first thing I heard in the morning was this. Even when you turn the music, the CD player down really low, so that you know it didn't make you jump out of your skin. It was yeah, it was not a good song to have as the first song you hear when you wake up. It woke me up. I don't think I ever missed a class, but jeez. Yeah, not recommended. If you're going to have an alarm clock song, make it something else. Maybe something that eases in, that's a little bit more gentle. It would definitely wake you up, says Carol, yeah. Why are you not live streaming in YouTube, says Shockwaver? Well, I only have recently started live streaming on YouTube on a Monday, and for a few Mondays now, I haven't been able to make it from one reason or another, personal things and life stuff going on. I am intending to go back to doing them on Mondays, and I'm very much hoping that next Monday I will be doing my usual Monday morning live stream. But for the time, and I'm hoping in the future, at some point or other, all of my streams will probably be on YouTube. But for right now, as things stand, and certainly for the next few months, maybe even years, we'll see how things go. I generally mostly stream on Twitch, and I have been a Twitch streamer for a much, much longer time than I was a YouTube streamer. Having said that, little anecdote for you. I actually, before I was a Twitch streamer, used to stream on YouTube. That was the first platform I ever streamed on, was on YouTube. But it was awful, so I moved to Twitch. So there you go. Do you have netherite gear? Yes, I do. It's just got a texture pack on there to make it look more like a darker version of diamond, because I really strongly dislike the look of netherite items and armor. Yeah, Keris Matthews, and you said it right. Excellent. Good. This is good news. I like it when I say things right. I can't get in trouble for saying it wrong if I say it right. We need more chests. I got more junk to deal with. I got more junk than the scrapyard going on here. Jeez. Could do with a little bit of a leg up here. Alright, let's go mend tasty pickaxe. We'll come back and smash some more floor. Gamersci says hello. Hello, Gamersci. Give the ocean 12 slime balls. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. What's your favourite music band? Says Pranzu. I don't have favourites. I find it really difficult to say what things are my favourite. Basically, reasoning is, I don't know whether I just don't have a memory. Ooh, I don't have a memory, and then ooh, I have a memory, just I don't have a memory like that.
C Denman 17 just subscribed for 11 months.
C Denman 17 subscribed for 11 months. Thank you very much, with Amazon Prime as well, giving me all of Jeff Bezos' pocket money. This is excellent news. If you've got Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime Gaming, you can also give me Jeff Bezos' money if you want to. Just saying. So make sure you do. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm just different to other people or if I just overthink things too much. But I'm unable to tell what my favourite is. It's not because I don't want to say. I'm not trying to, like, not be favoritist. I genuinely don't know. I couldn't tell you what my favorite color is, or my favorite number, or my favorite band, or my favorite TV show, or my favorite film, because I genuinely don't have one, because I don't, my brain just doesn't work in that way. Like, the thing that I like the most, the film I like the most, would probably be the one I've seen most recently that I enjoyed, because I can't remember how much I preferred the ones before. Unless you've got a side-by-side comparison, I find it really difficult to judge which one I thought was the best. But then, like, when people remind me of situations, they're like, oh yeah, but then this, that, and the other, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that now, and then I can form more of an opinion on it. But my brain doesn't automatically go there, which is particularly a problem when having arguments with people, because I can't remember half the stuff that I need for factual basis or factual backing up of my argument. And then someone will go, well, yeah, but what about this, that, and the other? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well that makes... So I don't know what my issue is with favourites, but it's not that I don't want to answer. I absolutely would love to tell you what my favourite music band was, but I genuinely don't know. I found myself recently listening to a lot of what's she called? She's got a lovely voice. Can't remember her name now. Well, that's because she's your favourite. Yeah, clearly. Jesse B is here, apparently. I've always been more of a favourite for every mood type, says Jesse B. I don't know what that means. You mean you have a different favourite depending on what mood you're in? Can you please make a tutorial to make a mod pack, says Shockwaver. I got a bunch of tutorials on stuff like that. I did start a series on it, but it didn't get finished. I don't know how to make mod packs. I don't know if I'm being facetious or you're just, you know, you're talking about Java or Bedrock here, but Bedrock Edition has add-ons instead of mods. There's millions and millions of tutorials online to learn how to do that. And there's so many different ways you could accomplish what you're trying to do that I couldn't possibly make a tutorial that would cover everything you wanted to know. So I would suggest that if you're interested in making add-ons for Bedrock Edition, then you go to the sources that are out there, the many free sources of information that are out there, and start learning it, because a tutorial is only going to create an add-on or a mod that I want to make. It ain't going to make one that you want to make. Does that make sense? If I do a tutorial on something, it's going to be on a thing that I want to make, not what you want to make, because I don't know what you want to make. So, you know, and I'm not going to just sit and go, oh, well, I'll tell you what, everybody tell me your ideas of what mod you want to make, and I'll make them and do a tutorial for it so you can copy it, because that would just be completely pointless. So, yeah, no is the answer, sadly. What game did you used to play when you was younger that you'd like to see remastered, says Arcade Kenny. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I'd really like to see Metal Gear Solid, the original PlayStation 1. Not like the original Metal Gear games that were on, like, Master System or whatever they were on many years ago. But the one that was on PlayStation. Because they did do a Metal Gear HD remastered thing a while ago, and that had quite a few of the different games on it, and I think there was like updated textures on it, but that was about it. But I'd really like to see that exact game, but with the modern style of gameplay in it. So the same story, the same things going on, but with just a better control system, better graphics, and just the whole game just being updated, really, rather than it just being a remaster. Yes, exactly that, says Jesse. What game did you... Oh, I've played that one. What can you... Oh, I've read that one as well. Is there a map with the ancient cities in where you can download... I'd like to take a look at them, says Lofty. Yeah, it's an experimental snapshot of Java Edition. It is possible to download. There is a link to it on the Mojang website where they talked about the release of it. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but there is instructions on it. So yeah, you can download it. Dan Grease says, I like that game. Will you make an add-on which count the hours each player held in a world? We've already got one. Well, I suppose I have made it. It's just not available for public release. I could do, but the problem there is, Sylvester, that these sorts of add-ons generally... Actually, I don't know if that one would, but they tend to conflict with each other. When it comes to like the having stuff that the player is involved with, they tend to conflict with other add-ons. And then they get a lot of complaints from people going, this add-on conflicts with this one, and then I have to make combo packs, and it's just, to be perfectly honest with you, a massive waste of my time and a massive headache every time the game gets updated and I've got to update all of, not just the individual add-ons that I make, but all the combo packs as well, and it drives me crazy. So at the moment, I'm actually trying to reduce the number of add-ons that I got available by discontinuing older versions and focusing more on the versions that I want to keep up to date with, that I think are going to be more future-proof. So it's not impossible that one does require scoreboards, but I'm not sure if it does actually require anything from the player's behavior or entity pack. So it's not impossible that one might not conflict with things, so I could look at it. But yeah, I've already made it because we got it on TB. I just can't remember how I made it. It's a very easy thing to do. Very easy thing to do. Whenever I load the snapshot, my MC crashes, says Money101. That sucks. Okay, thanks, Foxy. I'll check it out, says Lofty. Pugdog says, this is kind of random, but my favourite game other than Minecraft is a game called Uncharted, A Thief's End. I don't know if you've heard of it. I've heard of the Uncharted series. I've never played any. I did want to play one of them, but never got round to doing it. I think it's akin to sort of Tomb Raider-y stuff, isn't it? Which, again, I love the Tomb Raider games. I was really happy when the Tomb Raider re-releases came out. Or not re-releases, but like the new Tomb Raiders came out. I still haven't finished or even really started the Shadow of the Tomb Raider one, the third one in the series. But I do plan to at some point. And another series of games that I used to love was the Splinter Cell games. I absolutely used to love Splinter Cell games. I'm not really that much of a fan of stealth stuff, to be honest with you, in a lot of games. But I think Splinter Cell did them really well. And I think so did obviously the Metal Gear ones, which is why I particularly like those games. Although I say I particularly like those games, I didn't like any of the other Metal Gear games. I tried them all when the remaster thing came out, but I only really found myself particularly enjoying that first one. Yeah, it's a bit like Tomb Raider. I have a lot of Tomb Raider games I really like. The Hitman games too. Yeah, Hitman 3 was amazing. The one that came out not long ago. I played a lot of that on my my second channel streams. That was really good fun. Do you mind people modding and combining your add-ons to use them on other servers? How will we give you credit with the pack? Says Chewbacca. I don't mind how you use my add-ons as long as you're not redistributing them, basically. If you want to use them on your servers, if you want to use them on your worlds, feel free. If you want to change them so that you can use them in a different way on your worlds for personal use, then that's fine. What I don't want, and there is a license file within the pack that you agree to by using the add-ons, that you will not put them available for download anywhere else. You won't put them as part of a world that you then try and, put up for download or to sell. So that basically the only way people can get my packs is through my website. And that way, you don't need to credit me for the packs on your world. But if people want them, you'll have to tell them to go to get them from foxynotail.com. Because that's how I get paid for those add-ons, is through people visiting the website and downloading them, because I got adverts on my website. If I didn't have those adverts, I'd be making all those add-ons for free. I probably wouldn't make quite so many because it is very time consuming and I don't get much else out of it. So if people try and why don't you put them on MCPEDL? People say, well, because if I do that, I'm not going to benefit from having them. I want people to come to my website and get them from my website for that very reason, that's the only way I can, make income out of them that doesn't cost people anything without charging for the add-ons. And I don't want to charge for the add-ons. I don't want to go, hey, that you have to pay 99p or $1 or $2 for this add-on, because that would be awful. No one would download them then. So I want to keep them free. I want to keep them with no cost to anybody. And the way I do that is to make sure that the only place to get them is on my website.
Someone just subscribed for 2 months in a row. Look.
Rockin' Dockin'. No, it isn't. Rockin' Dockin'. I read two things at the same time there. That's nowhere even near your name. Rockin' Dockin'. Rockin' Dockin'. That's it. That's what you called now. Rockin' to Robin. Subscribe with Prime for 2 months. Giving us even more of Jeff Bezos' money. This is good news. We are We are, you know, a few Prime subscriptions away from guaranteeing that he isn't able to spend any more money on his ridiculous space flight fantasies. Keep it up, peeps. Keep those Amazon Prime subscriptions coming in. If I visit your website once a day, will it help you get more of Jeff's money, says Redstone Dad. No, Jeff's money I only get from people subscribing to me with Amazon Prime. That's the only way to get Jeff Bezos' money. Going to my website is great because it gives me money. It gives me Google. Well, it doesn't actually. It gives me whoever's advertising through Google's money, but not necessarily Jeff Bezos.
Subscribed for 8 months in a row. Let me just check this. Yes, it is true. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Mr. Balrog,
Mr.
amazing.
Balrog just subscribed for 8 months. I got Jeff the World Builder's money.
Thanks, Mr. Balrog, subscribing for 8 months. That's absolutely amazing. Saying, I got Jeff the World Builder's money. Jeff the World Builder? Who's that? What do you mean? Good. Not quite 5 a.m. early, but still pretty early here, says Ferment Spore. Good. Redstone Dad says, Gamerspy, he's making an area for the server mates to use the farm. That's all he said. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail exactly what I'm doing down here. You'll see that in a video in about 6 months' time. No, in a couple, like a week and a half's time. But yeah, it is basically, I want my Guardian farm to be a good way for my server mates to get a lot of XP very quickly, and I've got a really good idea for how to do that and make it really easy so there's no having to go AFK at it and lagging out the world and causing problems. And in order to do that, I don't actually need to dig out all of this space at all. I only needed a tiny bit of space down here, but I decided to dig it all out so the players can actually see above it and see the farm. Having said that, although it's nighttime, maybe that's the reason, but you can't actually see all that much from down here. So maybe in the future, if I got really bored, I could get rid of all the water from above this thing so the players could see the whole thing, but I don't think I'll end up doing that. But I just thought it'd be nice if they could see, like, through the ceiling and see what was above it. Didn't know that was being put into arcades. That's cool. Says, what? I'm very confused. Pickles is here saying, so you opted for a slime farm instead of a beetroot farm. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I had the slime chunks moved directly into position here so that we could have many, many slimes coming from down here. Speaking of, look at all these slime balls. It's ridiculous. And I don't want them. I got enough slime, thanks. Too many slimes. Too many. I'll tell you what, there's way too many blocks down here as well. Jeez, we're going to have to go and take another nearly double chest worth of blocks back in a second. Slime needs more uses, says the Gixamos. I don't know about that. Slime's pretty useful. Obviously making sticky pistons and making slime things. What are they called? Those things that you use slime for. Slime blocks. They're really useful. I think slime's it's got a lot of uses, and soon it's going to be able to breed frogs with it as well, so it's going to have yet another use. So I think slime's a very useful block, particularly for redstone stuff. JCB, ooh, you've a copper vein. Yeah, I got a pointless copper vein. Hooray for me. I'm so lucky. Smash. We only need to go down a couple more blocks after this, by the way. We're nearly there. We've nearly finished digging, so that's good news. Ah, true, I forgot about frogs, says Gixamos. Oh, bean blocks. Oh, Gixer, by the way. Am I right in thinking, and I'm pretty sure I am, unless my memory really has failed me, that when you wrote into the podcast, you mentioned... excuse me, just sorting out my shoes. That you mentioned you have a pottery studio and you do pottery, right? Perfect area to have a copper aging through since all players were keeping it loaded. Frogs will eat the warden, says Chewbacca. That'll be good. Yes, says Gixer. Oh, okay. So I was wondering what sort of things that you made in your pottery studio. Do you make like bowls and plates and mugs and that sort of thing? Or do you make flower pots? Or do you make other... I want to know what you make. I need to know. I need the info. Fill me in with all of the the details on all of the amazing things that you produce. Hence offering to make you a bigger mug. Well, that's what I was going to get to, because I remember you saying about that, and I didn't understand the reference at the time. But having read your email in the podcast now, I'm like, oh, that's what they were getting at, which is where I was leading to with this conversation. Mugs, bowls, plates, vases, lumarines, coffee, pour-overs, basically anything I feel like. Okay, and where are you based, and do you take commissions? Can you see where this is going? Jesse B, I love copper for buildings, says Jesse B. Jesse, if you want to come dig out this copper vein, then you are more than welcome. Lincoln, and sometimes you live in Lincoln? No way. Lincoln, the UK Lincoln, like down the road from me, Lincoln. How are the others going to get in and out, says Pickles. You will see. You will have to wait and see, Mr. Pickles. You will have to wait and see. I'm not telling you. Foxy wants a 3-litre mug. Maybe. That's so cool, Gixer, says Jesse B. Yes, it's in horribly close to you at market in Clee in March. Are you really? Oh, okay. Oh, you have to tell me when. I might have to pop by and see you. And yeah, if you take commissions and you could potentially do custom things, I would be very interested in a price on a Foxy No Tail mug, and potentially, depending on price and availability, maybe a few of them, so that I could potentially give them away for certain things, prizes and whatnot. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in doing, then by all means, please do message me, send me a DM or whatever, and get in touch, because that'd be something I'd be very keen on finding out more about. I'll drop some pics in Discord. Amazing, thank you. Makes, meets, eats, March 9th, North Prom. Amazing. I won't remember that, so please do remind me closer to the time and I'll try and make it. Will you take Foxy coins, says Chewbacca? Can I spend my stream points on a Foxy mug? I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Every time you guys talk about areas in England, I realise there are no original names where I live, says Pickles. No, all of your names are stolen. All your names are... I don't think we've got a Texas in the UK. or in... I mean, you're in Canada, aren't you? I think most of those are stolen, to be honest with you, as well. From France and other places. Jesse B says, with Deep Slate, it looks awesome, but I got bored after... No, Redstone Dad says, Jesse B, with Deep Slate, it looks awesome. I got bored of it after 117. I've been thinking of replacing the warped wood in my castle with aged copper. Yeah, I really enjoyed building with copper last season, and I think it does go really well with Deep Slate and Andesite. But this season, it's not using it for my builds theme, so I don't need it, and I just have it already in such abundance because it's so much easier to get hold of now that I'm just like, more copper, great, just what I needed. Same in Maine, they're Norway, Maine, China, Maine, etc. says Redstone Dad. Yeah. I thought Tobermory was a native word, but nope, it's a place in the UK. Yeah, Boston is a place in the UK. New York is a place in the UK. York is a place in the UK. There's a lot of places in the UK that Americans have gone and pinched. You pinchy pinchers. You little pinchy pinchers. Hey, you. It's Jesse B. Sponge. You can't be dropping it. Hey. Wookie Hole, says Chewbacca. I believe there is a place called Wookie something or other. It probably is Wookie Hole. There's some weird names of places, aren't there? Don't diss Wookie, says Gixamars. I live in New England, so they copied everything, says Redstone Dad. Oh, man. Pinchy, pinchy, pinchers. Pinching our British street names. How will we ever know where we're going? We're just going to get lost at this rate. I feel like I'm in America. If you go down to Boston on the A16, A15, I can't remember which road it is, and you get towards Boston, there is a little, I don't know if it's a diner or what, that's got a couple of like old American cars. There's like a yellow taxi cab out the front and another like really big American car on there. And the American cars, particularly the older ones, are just so huge compared to European cars. It's unbelievable. Like, man, we got tiny cars compared to you guys. We drive around in little matchboxes. Gixer says, many fond childhood memories there. In America? Or in Boston, in the UK. I don't. My grandfather grew up there, says Chewbacca. I'm displaced Somersetonian, Chewie, says Gixer. Oh, Somerset. We call old cars boats, says Redstone Dad. No, Wookie Holt, I say. Why would you need a bigger car, says Wizard Dwarf. Did I say we needed a bigger car? Hop in my Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, says Unshipped Mod. Crazy. Look at all those slime balls. You're doing a good job, golems. You're keeping those slimes busy. Keeping them distracted while I steal all of their copper. Oh, talking to the Americans says, well, I don't think they were like, hey, let's have bigger cars than anyone else. I think they just built cars and they were just big. I don't think they were trying to like win any competitions. I mean, I might be wrong here, but weren't cars invented in America? The Ford Motor Company, I'm sure, was the first car manufacturer. Might be wrong about that. Might be wrong. Probably am. Generally am. I wanted to come to the UK one day and see his childhood home, says Chewbacca. Whose childhood home? Today's earworm was provided by Unshipped Mods, says Geeks and Mods. First mass manufacturer, says Kimiko. Okay, first serial production car company. Well, I was right about something. My grandfather, says Chewbacca. Oh, okay. What are you, Foxy and chat, talking about? I just joined, says Jan's Hurt. Something we're not talking about anymore because we've gone on about it too long. So why don't you come up with a new topic of conversation for us to keep us entertained with new topics of conversation? What an amazing segue you did there. I know, it's good, wasn't it? Many. No, I don't want those in there. No. No, putting all of the tasty ones in here. There we go. But there were earlier cars too, I think, says Matthew. Oh, no, that was just a mass production of it. Mercedes-Benz was one of the first. Okay. Yes, sir. However, there was a car maker in Europe that made one soon after, says Redstone Dad. Amazing. Amazing. Right, how long have we been streaming for? Just over an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, we can do this. Bourbons or custard creams, says Rotated Owl Face. Now that's a question. I think I will probably have to go with custard creams, although I do love bourbons as well. It's not like bourbons are bad. I think they're both brilliant, but I'm gonna go with custard creams, I think. I think it's probably because you just get more of them in a packet because they're slightly smaller. Neither Blur says, what? Khaleesi, how can you not like either of those? What? Okay. Redstone Dad says, the year 1886 is regarded as the birth year of the car when German inventor Carl Benz patented his first Benz patent motor wagon. Cars became widely available in the early 20th century. One of the first cars accessible to the masses was the 1908 Model T, an American car manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. So, okay. So they didn't invent them, but they pretty much got the idea, ran with it, and got them into mass production first. So, yeah. So they would have been doing everything they could to steer away from being called complete and utter copycats of Mercedes-Benz. So the size, shape, and design of the vehicle is probably, going to have emanated from the decisions that were made in that process. So I guess that's probably where the size came from. I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be a luxurious and comfortable way to travel, wasn't it? And don't forget, before cars, what did we have? Stagecoaches. yeah, which were big and luxurious and had lots of space in them. So if you're going from something that's the common and the norm and then trying to put that into something new, you're not going to have all of the knowledge of the future generations of vehicles to copy from. You're going to be going, what have we got now? Let's try and make this as close to that as possible, but making it this new thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I imagine that's probably why they were so big. I love the random car facts, says Jesse B. Probably more for podcast, but so far don't see any ancient city worth going to. I hope it gets better, says Dragon Rided. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the podcast already, check out. It'd be interesting. I think you'll probably all be interested to hear our thoughts on it, because I think a lot of them will probably be very similar to what you've got. Size came a lot later, says Matthew. First cars were tiny mostly. Okay, well, whatever. I got my ideas. They were wrong. It don't matter. Jan says, have you seen Encanto? I've seen it. It's an amazing movie. I have. And I liked it. I thought it was a great movie. But I felt like a big chunk of it was missing. It felt to me like the whole middle of the story was missing, and that the sort of the moral of the story didn't make much sense. I get what it was trying to do, but to me it just read as, if you want to get your own way in the family, then just shout at your grandma. which is not what it was trying to portray at all, but that's kind of how it felt to me. And I don't know whether it was just the TV system I watched it on or what, but I found the music really hard to follow. It was really, like, nice music to listen to, but the singing was so fast and it seemed so quiet in the mix when I was listening to it. I couldn't hear what they were saying. I didn't hear the words of it, and it was very hard to listen along to. So that kind of, I really like Disney for its music. I think, like, Tangled has got one of the best songs in it that, for me, like, my favourite Disney songs is the one where they've got a dream. I don't know why, I just really like that song because it's funny, I guess. But I just found it really difficult to hear the lyrics in it. Like, it was too quiet. So I liked the film. I probably wouldn't bother watching it again. I don't think there's anything in there to bring me back to it, personally, which is a bit of a shame. Oliver enjoyed it. But yeah, it was... I just think they could have done a lot more with, like, the journey. There was no journey. They didn't learn anything. Nobody learned anything. If you could parody any other Disney song, what one is on your list, says Jesse? Pickle says, I liked it. Moana was way better. I completely agree with you. I loved Moana. I think Moana's a brilliant film compared to Encanto. I don't think you could even compare them, either of them. I don't think Encanto holds a torch to many of the Disney films in terms of its storytelling. Animated wise, it was pretty. It was beautiful, and the family side of it, the family side of the story was great, but it just didn't tell a story. There was no journey. There was no learning adventure. There was no discovery, which I get. You know, the whole point of it was supposed to be different from other Disney films. It wasn't supposed to be the same Disney film that we've seen over and over and over again, but it just felt like it was missing something for me. What song would I parody if I could do another Disney one? Oh, jeez. Probably that one. Probably the one from Tangled where they had a dream. I love that song. I think it's brilliant. I often find myself... I can't even think of how it goes now, but I often find it just comes to my head sometimes. I find myself singing it for no particular reason. JSB says, Encanto soundtrack is brilliant. We listen to it a lot. Maybe it's different on, like, if you listen to it on a CD or something. I think maybe it's just my TV speakers that caused the problem. I don't know. But yeah, like I say, I found it really difficult to hear what they were saying. And the singing is really fast in it, which I think I wouldn't consider Encanto a sing-along soundtrack. I think let's not talk about Bruno's songs. Probably okay because it's nowhere near as fast, but a lot of the songs in there were so quick that I couldn't sing along to them personally. Yeah, you need Spotify lyrics, says Kimiko. It's really interesting to me. Encanto is my top Disney movies for sure, says Jesse. Yeah, I think it probably speaks to you a lot more than it speaks to me, though, because obviously there's a portion of your family and heritage that is reflected in that film, and obviously there's a lot to do with grandmas and stuff in that film, which I think has deep meanings for you, whereas I don't get anything from that. For me, it doesn't sort of tune into my heritage or my background, or it doesn't reflect my family in any particular way, so I don't get the emotional side of it from the film. Let It Rain, Guardian, Manumra, not addition. What? Let It Rain? I'm very confused. Did you guys notice in Encanto something similar in the name of the songs? If not, I will tell, says Jans Hut. I've not paid much attention to it, to be honest with you. I don't actually know the name of the songs because they don't tell you the name of the songs in the movie. So unless, I suppose, you've checked the soundtrack out, then, or you really, really got a keen eye in the credits, then you won't know the name of them anyway. So no, I absolutely haven't noticed any naming thing. So feel free to share if you think it's interesting. JB says, lol, that's very true, maybe because I'm Hispanic. Exactly. Exactly. Hola, Jesse. My wife speaks Spanish, says Redstone Dad. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that made me laugh. I was just like... Oh, dear. I need a translator. Can anyone help? Well, my wife speaks Spanish. Is she here? No, but I'm sure I can think of a few words. Sorry. I know that's not what you said, but that's immediately where my brain went then. I know a word. I'm going to use it because my wife does it. Ruff says, Luca and Canto Bruno link is entirely coincidental. Different studios, says Ruff. Are they different studios, are they? Luca was a good film. I enjoyed that. It was a bit weird. I thought the ending was bizarre, but that was a good film. I wouldn't rate it as up there with one of my top animated films. I think it was okay, and I think it was pretty, and I think it was very much trying very hard to push political agenda through cartoon. But yeah, I find the ones that are more relaxed, sort of Disney fun storytelling ones, rather than ones that are trying to change the world politically, are better. One's Pixar, the other's Disney, says Roth. Aren't they the same these days? Speaking of Disney and Pixar, I don't know who's making it, which studio's making it, but I'm really looking forward to the new Buzz Lightyear movie. I'm very excited about that. Is anyone else excited about that? Chewbacca says, this is family friendly, so I won't use the words she calls, says Chewbacca. Luca's just one I couldn't get into, says Jesse B. It was weird. It was really weird for sure. How are you planning on decorating this area? Green, red, and brown, says Pickles. The same as my my nether tunnels, I guess. I think. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Could do it all Prismarine, but I don't really want to do it Prismarine. I think that'd be too obvious. So I think I'm going to do it the same as my nether tunnels. It's all going to link together with that, so it makes the most sense, I guess. Can't wait to see Buzz, says Unshipped Mods. Lightyear looks great, says Roth. I really hope it is. I really hope it is. Where's me all? I've lost me all again, guys. I'll jump off the wrong end again. Gamer Sciences, have a great stream. See you in a bit. Must go adult. Yeah, I understand. No problem. Jesse B says, I've not seen anything about Lightyear. I've only seen the trailers. I don't want to see anything else. It's one of those films that I absolutely do not want any spoilers to at all. I will actively avoid seeing stuff on Twitter and stuff because I don't want to know. I just want to watch it. I just want to watch it. Pixar is a completely different studio that Disney bought out. Nothing to do with PG, says Jesse B. Fair enough. Pretty sure they're exactly the same company. Just saying. I knew that they'd been bought out by Disney. I just assumed that when Disney does animated stuff now, even though it doesn't carry the Pixar name in all of the films, that the Pixar animation stuff is going to be used because it's just vastly superior to Disney's. I just assumed that when a Pixar film comes out, it's got the Pixar name on it because it's the Pixar storytelling team rather than it's been animated by them. And then when it's a Disney film, it's just a Disney story that's been animated by them. Does that make sense? But I mean, I've just totally guessed there. I had no idea. So that's just my own misconceptions, I guess, about that thing. But it just like makes sense. If you're going to buy like the best animation studio in the world, why then bother keeping your old systems when you've got a better one? It don't make sense to me. Hey, Mum, I bought a light speed engine to take us to the moon in less than a second. Oh, okay, but we'll still just go in the diesel-powered one, right, and take 38 years to get there. Well, might as well. I don't want to waste our resources, do we? That we own that's free. Nope, completely different team, says Jesse. Well, that's stupid. Because it's not stupid. I clearly know absolutely nothing about it and shouldn't have an opinion on it, but I will. So there. Because I'm an opinionated buffoon that knows nothing about the subject, but I'm going to continue to complain about it regardless. Okay? Good. Glad we had this talk. There's an Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming out in May, says Wizard Dwarf. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to this. I really, really hope it's not another Boba Fett. That was awful. I only watched the first, 3 episodes of it and then just thought, nope, not watching any more of this rubbish, junk. Enjoyed The Mandalorian. Boba Fett couldn't be less interested in. It was as soon as they had those stupid, moped people that was just so un-Star Wars, I just thought, oh, this has gone in a direction that I couldn't be less interested in. So, yeah, just turned me off completely. Have you watched Hawkeye? Yes, I have watched Hawkeye. And as much as that was, it had its bad, well, not bad moments. It very much felt underproduced compared to a lot of the things. I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it as a series. I think the comedy in it wasn't great. I think the storytelling in it could have been better. But I think the girl that played Hawkeye was brilliant. And I liked it. And I liked the dog in it with one eye because it looked a bit like Nelly. My cousin works for Pixar. It's really cool, actually. I've been to their studio, says Jesse B. All right, show off. And unless you're taking me and taking me for a tour, I don't want to wear it. I'd love to go there. That's like a dream place for me to go visit Pixar Studios. The Boba Fett episodes that are just Mandalorian Season 2.5 are good, says Pickles. I don't know. I keep hearing people saying that it's like Mandalorian 2.5, but I enjoyed The Mandalorian. Strongly did not enjoy Boba Fett. Strongly. Really strongly did not enjoy it. One of those where it takes a lot for me to just decide I'm not going to watch something that is part of a system that I enjoy. So it must have been really bad for me to just turn around and go, no, I'm not watching any more of this. Rob says, nearly didn't watch Hawkeye after the dull fest of Falcon Winter Soldier, but it was good. Yeah, Falcon Winter Soldier I watched all of. It was okay, but again, it's just another let's point out the differences between skin colours rather than... And I understand why that's important. I understand why addressing racial stuff's important. But I just feel like the world is making so much of a meal of the differences between people that it's pushing people further away from each other. That, why do we have to keep acknowledging that we're all different? Why can't we just all be the same? Why can't we all just be people? Surely, if we don't keep pointing out how different we look and how different we are, then the world's going to forget about these differences and we're all just going to be able to be people. I don't want my kids bringing up in a world that keeps going, hey, that kid you're sat next to, you've got to act and treat differently because they're a different colour to you. What? Why? And they're just another person. They're just another person. Just treat them with the same respect and dignity that everybody else gets treated with, and we'll have a happy and better world. Ah, man, it drives me crazy. Too much focus on everybody's differences and not enough bringing people together in my book. And I think, like I say, there's a lot of times where where education needs to be to prevent racism and to stop the spread of racism and to try and eliminate it. But we're never going to do that when we keep spending all of our time pointing out the differences between people. That's my view on it. And I don't normally share views on race or religion or things like that, but I think that's a reasonable argument to have these days. Hawkeye was my favourite series so far. Really like the WandaVision too. Yeah, I liked WandaVision. I strongly disliked the first few episodes where it was all weird and olden style. But I really, really enjoyed the later ones. I think it's really hard when American issues are made out to be world issues, and that has the Winter Soldier felt like to me, says Jesse B. Thumbs up on that point of view, Foxy, says Chewbacca. I don't know. I probably shouldn't talk about it anymore because I'll end up digging myself a hole that I can't get out of. But it just, I find it frustrating. Like when I see both of my kids went to school and had friends that were of varying racial, religious and different backgrounds. And you see slowly over time when they're at that school that they become aware, suddenly they become aware of these differences. They're not remotely aware of their different accents or their different skin colours or their different clothes that they wear when they're young. But the more the schools talk about it and the more their parents talk about it and the more the news talks about it, the more they start to question, oh, why am I suddenly different to my best friend? I don't feel different to my best friend. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with them. And then, you know, they get to like Oliver's age now where they're like, yeah, well, and then they start using words that are inappropriate for other people because they don't understand, because they hear it all over and they don't know what the right or the wrong thing is to do. If it was just completely ignored and we just treat everybody the same and didn't focus on what makes us different, they would never go through that, and they would grow up, that generation would grow up feeling no different towards people that looked, sounded or seemed different because they wouldn't notice. I agree, Jesse. In the UK, race has never been an issue like in America. It absolutely has been an issue. It absolutely has, and it still massively is. I don't agree with that at all. I think the whole world has problems with people being different. But I think we should move on from this now because the chat is getting very, very opinionated and going way beyond the very careful attitude that I tried to have towards it. So let's move on. No more chat about that. Otherwise, I'm just going to delete all your messages. Differences are taught. We as adults just need to let go of our fears of others and children to move on. I agree. Exactly. It's not televised as much. You're right, Redstone Dad. But like I say, let's move on. Let's find, what should we move on to? Let's go back to Buzz Lightyear. Jeez. What do you have planned after this project, says Arcade Kenny. Do you know what? I haven't made any plans after this project. I still got a whole bunch of ongoing projects. I've got my base to do. I've got my mine to do. I've got a bunch of different farms I want to make. I basically made a big notepad list of all the things I want to do this season. So I've got a lot of stuff on there, but I don't specifically have an idea of what I'm going to be heading to directly next, I guess. Probably focusing a little bit more on shops, possibly, because I know we've got the pop-up shop things that Mr. Onion's done, but I haven't really put much effort into shops so far. So that might be an interesting thing to do. It just feels on Truly Bedrock a little bit pointless having shops to me, because most people end up building their own farms and providing for themselves, which is absolutely fine, but it kind of makes having a shop pointless because it doesn't really generate you much. Unless you're going to make something or provide something that's hard to get, like coloured concrete and things like that, which I can't be bothered to do because I'm lazy. I don't miss the furnace that much. It's more of a pain than to heal tools, says Redstone Dad. Oh, we're still on old one. How's the Pokemon game going, says Pickles. Ah, okay, Pokemon. Good, yes, let's talk about Pokemon. Let's talk about... let's talking about catching monsters that are different from us and, yeah, put them inside balls and keeping them. Right, no, Pokemon, I love it. I think it's brilliant. I really strongly disliked it at first, as I'm sure everybody was aware. But I just can't stop playing it. I think it's brilliant. I've completed it. The credits rolled. I've done I've done the majority of the after missions, so there's more stuff to do once the credits roll, basically. And now I'm at the bit where it's just like you've got to catch them all, and I had no intention of catching them all. I didn't really want to catch them all. I found that bit probably quite the most boring part of the game. But now I just enjoy playing that game so much that I want to spend time with it. So I'm going to go and catch them all. As I don't want to stop playing it. I wish there was more to it. I want DLC. I want more missions to do. I got a whole bunch of side missions that I still need to do. So I'm working through those slowly. But yeah, I love it. It's great. Would recommend. My son keeps trying to get me to play Terraria. Any good? Do you know what? Terraria is a brilliant game. I didn't give it much credit when I first saw it because it doesn't look like it would be particularly entertaining with the way that it is. But if you've got the time for it, it's such an in-depth game. There's so much to it. So many, like... It's a bit like modded Minecraft in the sense that you've got to go on a journey in order to get into a particular destination for whatever type of armor or tools you're going for. There's a lot of bosses in there. There's a lot of battles in there. And the good... well, I say the good thing. The interesting thing about Terraria is that you have one player, but that player can play in as many different worlds as you like. So when you come out of one world and go into another... You just by going back to the main menu, you keep all I think you keep all of your stuff and you can transfer like blocks and items between the different worlds. So like there's two variants of the worlds, or at least there always used to be. One had corruption and one had crimson, and the corruption was like this purpley blocks and the crimson was these reddy blocks, and you couldn't get them both from one world, so you had to have two worlds and you had to explore both worlds in order to get them. And I just thought it was such an interesting way of doing it. So yeah, Terraria is a great game, but you need to have time for it because a lot of the paths and the journeys you go on for these different recipes and these different items and things that you need to get take a very long time to get through because because there's a lot of digging and mining involved in that game, and it's not a very quick or speedy process. Even though the worlds are very limited in their world size, it still takes a long time. So you've got to have a good memory for what you're trying to do, and you need to have a lot of time. But yeah, if you've got a lot of time and you enjoy games like that, I would definitely recommend Terraria. Chewbacca says, my co-worker was playing during lunch, driving to various locations, stopped in a parking lot where an active shooter was in the building and got detained by the police and had to explain what he was doing. What? What are you talking about? It's fun to see you and Pixel nerding out on Twitter, says Pickles. I was going to call you Pixel then. You and Pixel Riffs, yeah, talking about Pokemon. I think he has a completely different attitude to what he finds interesting out the game than I do. He really enjoys the research Pokedex type of thing, and less of the story. Whereas as much as the story was bad, I much prefer doing the story mission things and following the missions than the Pokedex doesn't really interest me all that much. Like I say, I'm doing it just because I don't want to stop playing the game. But I find that the most tedious and not interesting part of it. I feel like that's the sort of bit where it would be really handy if you could just pull out a guide and find where the right Pokemon are and just go and get them using the guide rather than... I don't find the enjoyment of searching the world to try and find, different times of the day and different weather to try and find different types of Pokemon. Like there's certain Pokemon you'll only find if you throw your Pokemon at a tree that's wobbling and there's only a small chance of getting that particular Pokemon, and it has to be a certain time of day and it has to be a certain area of the world. And figuring that stuff out on my own, I'm not interested in. That just seems like hard work. So I would quite like a guide for that. But yeah, the rest of it, just doing the missions and stuff, I really enjoy. No, you keep going on about it. having completed it myself, one of the main problems I have is people saying something like Terraria is just 2D Minecraft. It's not. It's not. They're actually very different games. They are very different games, but I think that comes from the fact that you are mining and crafting, but in 2D. 2D. At the very core of the game, the idea is very similar. You are mining and crafting and building bases in order to gather resources, improve your tools and armor, and defeat the bosses. The both games have that at their very core, but how they go about it is completely different. And yeah, they are very, very wildly different games, but they both have the same sort of value at their heart, if you like. So I can understand when people compare the two. And very early Terraria wasn't much more than that either, says Mr. Bowl. Yeah, I know it's changed so much. I mean, I haven't played it in years. If you can go... In fact, I might have unlisted all of the videos for Terraria now, but I used to have a series on Terraria really early on in my channel. When I first started my channel, I was doing Terraria videos as well. And it was completely different back then to what it's like now. Please don't stand in my... Oh, there we go. Just stand in my way while I'm doing that. Good idea. Khaleesi says, how are you getting on with your custom trees? Random question, but popped in my head. I haven't done anything around that yet. You've seen everything I've done so far in terms of landscaping, because I only do anything like that on live streams. So, yeah, I haven't, in terms of how am I getting on, haven't started even thinking about custom trees or like that yet. I'm avoiding it at all costs. I don't want to do it. I do want to do it because I want to learn how to do it, but I don't dare do it. And I think just trying to do it in the middle of a live stream and not having any practice is probably not a good idea. So I should probably try and get someone like Jesse to take some time to go through the basics of it with me and what I'm aiming for, what I'm trying to do rather than just doing it. As I don't know, I just have this anything natural in Minecraft I really struggle with. What are your thoughts on a better Minecraft mod pack? Says RK Kenny. I don't know what you mean by that. What's a better Minecraft mod pack? That's a very vague statement. What, like that improves the entire game, or is it something specific that I haven't heard of? I don't know what you mean. Army Scott, he says, good day, Foxy. Well, good day to you as well. Welcome to the stream. Reference pictures help with trees, says Pickles. Oh, I see. Foxy is doing some slime golem killer farm, says Jansrud. No, that's just a byproduct of what I'm doing. Sadly, where I'm working just happens to be a bunch of slime farms. Is it a mod on Java? It's a mod on Java called Bad Minecraft, says RK Kenny. Oh, okay, I've never heard of it. Sorry. I don't know many new mods on Minecraft on Java because I don't really play Java Edition anymore. So if you're going to ask questions like that, you probably need to explain what it is about it that you're interested in and that you like, so that I've got an understanding of it. Because I ain't got the clue, mate. Gee, so many blocks. Bushy leaves, Jesse B. R.I.P. Bushy leaves. R.I.P. Bushy leaves. What did Lawful say? Lawful said, just make ugly trees that will bother her until she fixes them. Job done. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just because I'm living next door to Jesse, just make a bunch of ugly trees in my base, and then Jesse will just feel obliged to come and fix them, so she doesn't have to look at them. That's a good idea. Well done, Lawful. Good thinking. Problem solved. Jesse did good teaching Slack and Beardstone. Should be able to help you as well, said Dragon Rider. Oh, so I'm third fiddle, am I? Oh, jeez. Wasn't even first. I can't believe it. Don't even bother. That's not helping you get better at them, though, lol, says Khaleesi. Well, perhaps not, but it's helping me have better trees in my area. It's a bonus. It's a positive. If I do them, they're not going to be very good, are they? At the end of the day, let's be honest. I might go, oh, look, I've done those, and then, you know, have some minor sense of achievement. But if Jesse does them, I'll be able to go, look how good my base is. I did all of those trees. They changed somewhat from when I did them, but look how good they are now. Hello there to you as well. Okay, Kenny. How far down are you going to dig that hole? This is it. This is the last layer. Not going any further down than this. What I am going to do, though, is once I finish doing this, time providing, although it's looking a bit slim on time now, as I'm going to slab the floor, just with some temporary slabs for now, to try and prevent all of these slimes. Royal copper blocks because there's such an abundance of them, says Mr. Balrog. What? Mods, I wonder how many channel points do you have, says Jans Rupp. Okay, peeps, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's all share in the chat, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, just write now how many channel points that you've got accumulated for my stream. I'd be interested to know that as well. Perhaps a question better for the podcast, but do you think Bedrock should have built-in resource behavior pack installer? With Android and Xbox locking down their system files, it's getting increasingly harder to install packs. Yeah, I noticed that the other day as well, that Android have done that. That really annoyed me. Because I normally, obviously, test my packs, or at least sometimes test them on mobile if I'm a little bit nervous it's not going to work. And then I figured that, I was like, why can't I access these packs anymore? I don't get it. I really don't get this that Microsoft are pushing us further and further away from being able to modify the game. Why are they doing it? Are they just trying to push everyone to the marketplace by saying, hey, you can't do like third-party behavior packs and resource packs anymore, but without actually saying that? They're just making it so difficult to do that your only option is to go to the marketplace. I really don't understand it. I don't get it. It seems like such a weird move for them to make to block access to those files. I can't see them building a mod pack installer, a resource pack. And to be honest with you, you still can on Android install packs using like just by opening the .mc add-on or the .mc pack, but sometimes it's not as easy as that. Sometimes, like, or if you want to copy your world to that device or back up your stuff, you know, if you've got worlds on that device that you want to back up, you need access to those folders. Otherwise, if you uninstall the game or your phone breaks and you need to copy stuff elsewhere, all your worlds are gone. And I think that's awful. So yeah, I don't understand this decision that's being made at all. I find it really bizarre. Chaos streams ate most of my points, doesn't Chip Mod? Chaos streams, I only did one of those and it was months and months and months ago. You've been in loads of streams since then. Oh wow, we got a lot of people here. Jeez. Pickles 47,000. Mr. Balrog 3.7 thousand. 720 with Hamp. Roth has 14,000. CDNman has 3,000. Blue Cat Ice 27.7 thousand. JF Bird Blue 29,000. Redstone Dad 2,000. Kathy Haddy 4.8 thousand. Helio has 24,500. Slim Level 11,000. Jesse B says all custom trees are good trees. Stash Style Cord 12,300. The Leechim 13,800. Amir 6,400. Lawful Meteor 60.6 thousand. Timmy 1983 12.9 thousand. Jeez, there's many. I'm not going to read them all out because there's gone loads. Jesse B's got 42,000 though. Jeez. Rolf says, that's why Maxis did The Sims, just killed the fan-created stuff Stone did. That's why Maxis did The Sims, just killed... Oh, yeah. What, you chat have more points than me? Oh, yeah, it's just... I was new yesterday, says Jans Rupp. Jesse B says, lol, I spent many points on the workout redeems. Yeah. Usually I spend on the workout as soon as I can, says Mr. Balrog. I could see that, but then they should remove some of the restrictions of what can be on the store, says Dragon Reddit. I completely agree with you. Yeah, 100%. The workout redemptions would last for days, says Chewbacca. Pickle says, Jesse #1 Redeemer. Jesse Foxy is thinking of getting rid of all his redemptions. I think you were there yesterday. Were you not when we were talking about that, Jesse? Unship Mod says, removing the scripting API killed my 3-world adventure story. About a year's worth of testing and building won't be able to use. I was hoping to list them in the marketplace. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. There's a lot of scripting you can do with the game test framework, I think, but I don't know anything about that. One area I probably should be like really interested in, and I just look at it and it just looks confusing, so I'm not interested in it. I bet Foxy has more than 10,000 channel points than chat have. I don't think I accumulate channel points for my own channel. It says that I have unlimited of them on my stream. So, yeah, I can use as many as I want on my own stream, which kind of makes sense. It says infinity for a streamer, says Mr. Balrog. Well, there you go. Told you, I'm not lying. Thank you very much for the goat scream, whatever it is. Unlimited powers. So, yeah, I could make myself do unlimited number of press-ups. Although I'd rather not. Yeah, Jesse, were you not there? Must have been before I showed up. Okay, so I was having a conversation in the stream yesterday saying that personally, for me, I feel like the stream point redemption things, the gimmick has got old, and I find them, not all of them, like the sound alerts are fine, and the basically the ones that don't interfere with what I'm doing and stop me playing or stop me talking, the ones that aren't distracting to me while I'm playing are fine, but the rest of them I just find irritating now. And I was basically having a conversation saying that I am strongly considering just going back to basic streaming and getting rid of them, because I like when we do YouTube streams, they're just so much more chilled out and easy because I don't have to worry about people clicking a button and getting me to do stuff all the time. So I wanted to have a conversation with people yesterday saying, would it put you off watching my streams because I don't have point reductions? If I just turned them all off, how would that make people react? Now, I have absolutely no intention at all of turning them all off, because I still think keeping some sound alerts is fine. I think keeping the camera spinny roundy things is fine, because it doesn't really affect me while I'm playing. But I don't want to be distracted while I'm playing the game. I find it annoying while I'm streaming having to do that. And I get the gimmick was there in the first place, and I get that a lot of people expect that now because that's been in Twitch streams for a long time, and a lot of Twitch stream viewers just associate streaming with that level of engagement. And I wanted to know, what if that didn't exist on somebody's channel, would it stop them watching? And I don't think it would, because I think 99% of people are here to engage in the chat and listen to me and watch what I'm doing, rather than there to press buttons. I don't think anyone's actually in the stream just to press the stream redemption things and gather points. Maybe they are. I don't know. Surprised Bezos doesn't charge streamers for their own points, says Timmy MC. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it would put me off, says Jesse B. It would put you off coming to my streams if I didn't have them. Really? Lol, but really, I totally get that. Be honest, Jesse. Does it make any difference? Do you think it really does? Seems silly when it interrupts the streamer doing stuff, says Kimiko. No more physical health movements. Well, that's a bit of a hard one, because I do like having those on there, because that does actually encourage me to do physical exercise, which I do need to do more of. But I do find it really irritating when they're normally redeemed when I'm mid-conversation, or I'm mid-talking about something, or I'm in the middle of doing something in-game. They just come at the most inconvenient time. But I'm more likely in future to just say, I will do those, but I'll do it when it's convenient in stream. So yes, you'll get those redeemed this stream, but not just this second. And I think just having more power over when I'm going to redeem, or allow the redemptions, rather than just having to do them immediately. And I know you do custom trees for people, Jesse, but if I had that on mine, that would just thoroughly irritate me. I want to stop to give someone a custom tree. I'm trying to play Minecraft. She wants to see Healthy Foxy, says Chewbacca. Wouldn't bother me. I'm available. If I'm available to watch, I come for the giggles and ideas, says Helio. Yeah. Timmy MC. That's not what your name is. I don't know why I keep calling you that, but whatever. I think interaction with chat messages is more important than redemptions. Yeah. Maybe workout breaks, says Redstone Dad. Yeah, exactly. Jay says, I wouldn't stop me watching. I come here to watch you play, not watch you do press-ups and such. Jesse says, absolutely makes no difference to people. Will be here whether without them. Yeah. That, Mr. Barrow says, that, however, I don't think is something we expect. At least I don't. I don't expect the streamer to interrupt whatever they're doing and then and there for any redemption. Matthew O says, well, Slack just keeps a list and does them when he wants. Kimiko says, just watching silent. He has one where he does he just can't move for 1 minute. Yeah, that would really irritate me. I would never do stuff like that. I know loads of people do. I know loads of people make it really engaging what they're doing in game. Like, oh, I can only use my left hand for my keyboard, or I'm not allowed to use a pickaxe for 10 minutes. I get that. And they've made their live stream into more of a engaging part of the game. But for me, live streaming is, I've got work to do in Minecraft, but I want to engage with my audience at the same time. It's not me going, hey, I've got all of this free time, come and annoy me while I play Minecraft. So I think there's different views from a streamer's point of view of what they want to get out of a stream as well. Rotated Alpha says, I'm a mod and I don't get paid if I don't turn up. I am getting paid, right? What? I'm very confused, Roth. You know, you're not getting paid. What do you think? Do you think I made a money, mate? Jesse B says, yeah, I'm going to switch when I do the trees. I'll do those at the end of the stream. Agree with having a bit more control over when. Yeah, I agree. Khaleesi says, it's got to be something that would irritate you. It's got to be something that would irritate you. It should be fun. Perfect for talking, says Jan Srot. Wouldn't irritate me. Arg, says Khaleesi. Yeah, exactly. You're here to play and not get annoyed. See, if I could have one that I know people have them where they change the colour of the lights in the background, I'd love that. But my lights, unfortunately, although I can control them from an app on my phone, I don't believe I can integrate that into my system for other people to be able to change. So that would be a cool one. And just stuff like that, I don't mind because it's not stopping me from what I'm doing. Or like the stopping my flow when I'm mid-sentence. And I think like that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed the YouTube streams so much. Even though the chat was just mayhem and completely bizarre, I really enjoyed the just, I can just play Minecraft without any distractions. This is a really weird, strange feeling, but I really like it. You know, it's a hard one to explain. I think I'm going to need a lot more slabs than that. It's time to make sure slimes never come back. No, many. Let's go slab stuff. Too many young'uns on YouTube streams. Yeah, I know. I don't think it's just that either. I think the Twitch is a mature streaming platform in the sense, not that it's an older audience, or maybe it is, but it's also it's the streaming on Twitch has been around a lot longer, so there's just there's like the people know what to expect and what to do in terms of chatting and talking to the streamers, whereas on YouTube it's all brand new, and people that are used to just writing comments and watching the videos, suddenly they see the person that they've been watching playing right there on the platform that they're not used to seeing them live on, and they don't know how to react, they don't know how to handle it, and they're like, oh, this person's live, I need to ask them a question. Oh, they didn't answer, so I'll ask it again, then I'll use all caps, and they just don't have that like that patience that you build up as somebody that watches live streams regularly on Twitch as a viewer. So I think that maturity will come with time on YouTube. Pickles says, what time is it in India right now, do you think? I do get a lot of Indian viewers. In fact, that is the second highest viewer base by country on my channel. I think like the US is something like 65%. India is 9.9%, the UK is about 9.6%, and then it's the Philippines, and they are awake when I generally do my YouTube streams, so I get a lot of Indian viewers in my streams at that point, which is, I mean, it's great because I don't normally get to interact with those in my later streams. I come to watch you on YouTube but don't really enjoy the YouTube experiences on Shipmod. Why don't you enjoy it? What's it that you don't enjoy? Is it the chat or is it just the way it's laid out? What's different for you? And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm not like, oh, well, that's not fair. I genuinely would like to know, because obviously my feelings are one aspect of this, but I need to know what the viewers are thinking as well, because I don't want to alienate people. I can't bring myself to redeem the action stuff. Feels a bit like making a monkey dance, not my thing, but I get some, like it says, Dweebidos. Yeah, exactly. That was my argument yesterday. Is like, I'm not a clown. I'm not a remote control character. I'm a person at the end of the day. So I don't want to be controlled. I'm one of them, says Jan Schwartz. I know. I'm from Bangladesh, says Ray Hanrian. Amazing. I think you need many, many more slabs, says Jesse. Oh, yes, I think I need many, many more slabs as well. I don't think this is going to get anywhere near it, but it's a start. In contrast to Twitch on YouTube, I completely ignore chat, says Matthew O. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm fine not having the redeems. It's just that chat doesn't flow. Says, yeah, there's less conversation in the chat. It's just question after question after question, which I quite like because I like being given questions because then I don't have to think about what I'm talking about. YouTube stream is much better for me purely for the time of the stream in Australia, says China605. Yeah, fair enough. But then I could, like I say, I'm already considering varying my stream times on Twitch anyway, so maybe that will help with that. Pickle says, that guy yesterday really wanted to see you eat. Eat now. Eat in real life. Why was he so invested? I just think because some people get a kick out of telling other people what to do. And I understand that. I understand if perhaps you don't feel like you have much control in your own life, particularly if you're younger and you're maybe trapped in by your parents, or you don't like going to school but you've got to, or you don't like your job, or maybe you're in a relationship that makes you feel particularly pressured. Having some control over somebody else might be an outlet that just makes you feel a bit better, makes you feel a little bit more powerful, and everybody likes to feel powerful and in control. So I get that, but I still think it's a weird thing for people to like argue with the person that's live, in the sense that they feel entitled to be able to control them because that person is there entertaining them live. Like they say, hey, that person's live, so I'm going to go and make them do some weird stuff. That's just weird to me. It's really weird. The control thing bothers me as a viewer, says Redstone Dad. It bothers me as a streamer. Generally watch YouTube videos and I get very impatient watching live streams, says Ray Henry. Fair enough. Are you one who started Hype Train? Says Jan's up to Blue Cat Eyes. I don't think we've had a Hype Train. Is new potential time a secret? I'm hoping it's not so early. I know it's not a secret. I just haven't put a great deal of thought into it yet. And the only reason that's come up for me is that today and yesterday was... Obviously, I've streamed at a much earlier time than I would normally do on YouTube. Oh, jeez, I didn't even go halfway. And, not on YouTube, on Twitch. And there's a lot of people here, and it's been really enjoyable having a different group of people. Not all different, but some different people in the chat from normal. So I want to reach as many of my viewers as possible. So it makes sense to... That's one of the reasons I decided to do YouTube streams early in the morning, to reach more people. But it makes sense because the majority of people are still here on Twitch to maybe consider switching up my timetable a bit on Twitch. The reason I haven't done that so far is because I try and make my stream times later in the day so that I can get my video making and editing out the way, because that needs to come first. Like, if you're thinking about content creation as a priority, making videos is the highest priority. And it is really frustrating when you're mid-flow on making a video and you go, oh, I've got a stream coming up in an hour, so I need to stop this, eat, get ready, go to the toilet, have a wash, change my clothes, sort the room out, make sure Nellie's out of the way. And, there's an hour's worth of getting ready to go and do a live stream sometimes. And it comes at the most inconvenient of times. But I think, getting things out of the way earlier can be great. Like on Monday, I drop Oliver off at school. I come home, I do a live stream, and then I got the rest of the day to work at my leisure, which is fantastic. So I don't have to worry about it then. I got the stream out of the way. So maybe I should do that on a Tuesday or a Thursday with Twitch instead of doing them both in the evening. Maybe on a Tuesday morning, I do the stream early, or on a Thursday morning, I do the stream early. Jesse B says it's refreshing getting new perspectives. I agree. Early ones are great for getting different viewers, says Jesse B. You stream lately at my wake-up time, says Redstone Dad, 8 a.m. Foxy wants to stream while America sleeps, says Lawful Meteor. No, not necessarily. But my audience isn't just America. It's a big part of it, but it's not just America. Redstone Dad says, I bet it does bother you. bother. I don't know what that was in reference to. It's a bit further up the chat now.
Hey, look, someone just subscribed for 2 months in a row. Look.
Nice. Gamerside
14 just subscribed for 2 months. 2 months. Time flies.
2 months. Gee whiz. Giving out Jeff Bezos' money there. Right, peeps. As much as I'm not finished, I'm going to disappear now because, good news, everybody, my next video has just come out. It's just released right now. It is available to go and watch on YouTube, so I'm not going to prevent myself getting good analytics by keeping you all here. And I'm not going to raid somebody else because I think you should all now go over to YouTube and watch my latest video. In fact, you can start disappearing right now. Here's the link. Enjoy it. I hope you do. I'm really interested to know in the comments in this one is how you enjoyed the video. I'm not going to tell you what's different about it, but hopefully you will pick up about it on the way through. Enjoy it. See what it's all about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below at the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching today's live stream. Hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.